One of the Conservative Party of Canada's loudest voices has really rattled the nest today as she put up a post on X calling on Canadians to protect our national sovereignty by withdrawing from the United Nations.
Do you know what time it is?
It's time to get into it, and we're going to get started today by reading a post that Dr. Leslyn Lewis put up, and it reads as follows. Over 60,000 Canadians have now signed a petition calling on Canada to protect our national sovereignty by withdrawing from the United Nations and its subsidiary organizations. The petition remains open for signature until February 7th. And let me tell you, it didn't take very long for Liberal MPs to quote tweet this, spin their own type of narrative, and close down their comment section so you're not able to engage with the conversation. That's so democratic, I know. The Minister of Immigration and Refugees, Mark Miller, wrote, "A Canadian was literally the author of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and Pierre Poilievre's team wants to scrap it and withdraw from the United Nations?" And Liberal Member of Parliament for Don Valley West, Rob Oliphant, also had something to say. Surely Leslyn Lewis is not supporting Canada withdrawing from the United Nations. That is absurd and dangerous. Coming from the Pierre Poilievre front bench, is this their new foreign policy? Abandon our international obligations on human rights, women's rights, children, and so much more? I find this development very interesting, specifically because the Liberals and all of their propaganda outlets have been an absolute mess since this came out. And I've also observed that Leslyn Lewis hasn't had any support from other members of the Conservative Party. I'm assuming that she has put this out there and Pierre has instructed everyone to be quiet while they leave the feelers out there and see how the base responds to this. We're going to go have a look at the petition to the House of Commons to see exactly how it reads. Petition to the House of Commons in Parliament assembled, whereas Canada's membership in the United Nations and its subsidiary organizations, e.g. World Health Organization, imposes negative consequences on the people of Canada, far outweighing any benefits. Canada's agreement to participate in the UN WHO Comprehensive Agenda 2030 undermines national sovereignty and personal autonomy. Agenda 2030 and its operational sustainable development goals, Comprehensive Sexuality Education, United Nations Judicial Review, international health regulations, One Health and similar programs are being rapidly implemented, absent the awareness and consent of the people of their elected representatives. Some very serious concerns that Agenda 2030 and confidentiality negotiated adjustments to the international health regulations might bring about unwelcome, extensive surveillance. The surveillance could infringe upon our rights and our freedoms safeguarded in the Canadian Bill of Rights and the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Substantial effects on both public and private spheres appear to align with the interest of organizations like the United Nations, World Health Organization, and unelected private entities such as the World Economic Forum, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and International Planned Parenthood Federation. Simultaneously, they seem to diminish the health rights and freedoms of all Canadians. So once again, this petition's key is E-4623 Foreign Affairs. Make sure you guys go look it up, sign your name. I understand everyone's sick and tired of petitions and they think they're going to do nothing, and I feel you on that. But, you know, if we have all of our names registered on here and we could show the amount of people who are actually in support of this and don't want these globalist foreign bodies coming over here and telling us what to do, I think that's a good thing. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.